Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. We have a very interesting setup today. So it's a very rainy day in Berlin today, and I figured take it easy and have a nice little cozy debrief with you on some of the journals and planners I've been using this 2025. I think it is the season, apart from it being autumn, but the season to go through all of these, and we are like a few months left before 2026, and I want to talk to you about how I've managed to use these systems and whether or not I would carry over some of them to 2026. I want to say this bit is where I will probably talk more about planning more than journaling, because I do have a pretty good journaling system, but I will also show you how it's been and like show you updated pages. So grab a cozy beverage of your choice. I have my morning coffee with me here today. I want to give a shout out to my friends who gave me these lovely flowers from my housewarming that I put up recently. I also want to show you this bag. It is from Glossier, so this is their Brooklyn store exclusive tote bag, and since I am filming from the bedroom at the moment, I figured the best way to transport my notebooks is to just put them all here. And then we have a special guest of the Manual Factory Bear that I picked up a couple of years ago. So yeah, let's sit down, debrief with me, and let's get started. Okay, so first I want to start off with my planning system. These are not all planners. I think in a way, these are all work-related notebooks. I guess that's the best way to put it. We have an expanded assortment here. If you haven't yet, check out my Techo Kaigi video at the start of the year so you can kind of compare and contrast what changed, what I added. But let's start small here. Actually, this is still empty, but this is a Field Notes memo book, and this is an old design from their United States of Letterpress collection from fall 2020. So I requested to get this set because of the fountain pen design on the cover and its letterpress, and I just love the vibrancy of these colors like red and yellow. So I'm working on a project. That's all I'll say. And I want this to be like the notebook for it. The only downside is I've been kind of writing meeting notes in like random pieces of paper, and that's kind of a bad habit I picked up from having a lot of access to like memo pads and random stuff. So my goal is to transfer everything here. I'm gonna work on this project also after filming this video, so I think it'll help me kind of put my thoughts together, and maybe if I can in the future I'll show you what this looks like. But I definitely got this idea of like having one project in one notebook through Tyler of Paper and Pencil. They are a store in Chicago. Lovely people. I think he had mentioned it in a reel that he had like field notes for different projects, and I think if you are managing small projects that have like research, development, I think this is a good way to kind of utilize that, especially for me because I'm mostly traveling and on the go. If I need to work on something, I'd rather just pick up something that's very convenient for me to take around. So this is my current updated traveler's notebook. We'll talk more about the journaling portion later, but this cover has been kind of my everyday daily driver cover. Right now, I have added more patches. So someone mentioned in the comments before that this was like for Boy Scouts of America. That was super cool. And I think they also mentioned that this is like the patch for someone who's like the secretary and takes notes. And that was literally my job in school. I was the secretary, so I feel like it's such a full circle moment to be able to have this patch. Apart from that, I added more patches. So I have this handwriting one. I got it from a shop in the Philippines. Their name is Sunny Stoic Studio. I'll link it down below. They have lovely patches and sticker designs. And then at the back, I added a couple more things. So I probably did not show you this, but I keep forgetting, but people always give me Van Gogh sunflowers related merch. So probably Michelle or Sophie gave it to me, one of them. I don't remember, but one of them. And then I figured that this patch, Tea Drinker Society, this was given to me by, I think their username is Eat Log Repeat at the Miso Paper pop-up event. And these are all just stick-ons, so I really like that they are pretty sturdy, and I think they've been here for like a month-ish now. So right now, I've been reaching for this frequently as my planner, and I usually have this on my desk, but I'll talk more about what I need to work on for this. So this one, in contrast, is a slim size. It's Traveler's Notebook. I'm always using Traveler's Notebook for travels and journaling, but I never really thought about using it for planning until I think someone gave me, I think Job gave me this. So right now we have a very temporary setup. It's October. So one thing I did do while I was in LA was I visited the High Tide store in downtown LA. I'm working on a collab with them soon. That's coming very soon. But they already had planners displayed in their store. And I've been wanting these square ones. And I figured, I was like, oh, I think it really fits the TN, and I was right. So right now I have this one. It's the Nehe schedule book, and it's from High Tide, and this is simply a monthly schedule. And the best part is, it starts in October. And I currently have my work deadlines for easy access here, and my trips and things I need to do, like filming my Skillshare class, graphics. These are freelance deadlines, and then this is travels. So I wanted to have a space to just do a monthly debrief like this, because I will show you later, but my planner has no monthly. The funny thing is, I bought this with the intention of it for being not for work. I was gonna make it like a meal planner, then I realized the size is probably too small for a meal planner, and I wanted to log like what I was cooking that day. And then I ordered a A3 magnet sheet to put on my fridge. So I realized that if I need to plan stuff for the kitchen, I can just do that in the kitchen, and I don't need a notebook per se for that reason. So I was like, okay, let's kind of figure this out. But this could change. Like next time I could also use this to queue up content. Also next year I plan to get the monthly view for Traveler's Notebook, so I don't know what this exact notebook will be for by then. So once I figure that out, I will obviously let you know. That being said, I really like it. It's so compact. You even have extra pages at the back, and I haven't written down my name. Plus, it comes with a clear cover already, so I could actually put a sticker there, but I don't know. I feel like I'm too at work. I don't really like sticker bombing my notebooks. Is it just a me thing? Because even my laptop has no stickers. Anyway, apart from that, I have been experimenting since last summer. Wow, it's so weird to say last summer. It was literally like a week, 2 weeks ago. So over the summer, I was struggling already with using my plotter. So as you may or may not know, I have used my plotter as a weekly planner for maybe a full year, from July last year, July 2024 to, I want to say June 2025. And then I think somewhere down the line, I was figuring out if it was enough space for me, and I realized that in the end I need to bring this notebook a lot of times, and it was heavy, and that wasn't the intention. So I decided to do an undated setup because I also travel, and I figured when I'm traveling, my schedule is not the same as when I'm here at home, you know? So this is the GU weekly undated planner. This is from Baumkuhn, and this was gifted to me by Job. I wanted to try it out. So for context, GU means freedom. Fun fact, that's also the reason why that store in Japan called GU is named GU, because I think their tagline is your style, your freedom or something. I didn't figure that out until my mom told me, and it was just poof, like mind-blowing to me. So this is the layout. It's not so clear even, like it's very lightly printed, which I think is great. So you have Monday to Friday here, and then you have empty boxes where you can write the specific dates because it's undated. You also have this kind of plus sign, so I think it's supposed to be like if you wanted to do a division, you could. And then this part, I want to say like 70% of the real estate of the page is dotted, and then this one is blank. But it's divided per day. So you could do what you want with it, and I personally don't, but it is a great solution to kind of figure out what you want to log and track and plan with this format. So on the right hand side, I think this is for the month, but I didn't use it. There's like a small box there. And then here, it's a completely blank space. Ooh, Taylor Swift. Blank space, and then you have Saturday, Sunday here at the bottom. So the idea is this is like all the days, and then you have this blank chunk here. Let me tell you why I like this system. I love that Saturday and Sunday have two separate boxes or slots, because usually a lot of planners just divide it with like Saturday, Sunday. I'm like, dude, I do so much on Saturday. I also have so much to do on Sunday. Apart from doing chores, I also have to rest, and I want to log that there. So I was like, okay, let me put this out for a test run. And I think I've been enjoying it, question mark. Also, for context, this is the pen that I use. This is the Uni Jetstream, the one with 3 colors. I've been using the Hobonichi Tetra one. It comes free when you order from their web shop. So I've been using this, and it has red, blue, and black. I realized that I don't work best when a lot of things are pre-laid out for me. Does that make sense? Like, this is such a minimal layout, so I think that was a good jumping off point for me to be able to plan accordingly. So what I did was this chunk here, it is where I dump all of the things I need to do in the week. And usually I'm dividing it into, this never changes in any notebook that I do. Admin, miscellaneous, personal, work, some other things, maybe content, you know, but there's always an admin, you know. As an adult, you're always doing admin. Admin is, unfortunately, life. So this is the admin, this is the tasks part, and then I kind of just do my bullet journal method here, where it's like I'm writing every single task I need to do. I wouldn't say every single task, but like key tasks I need to do for that day. As you can see, I'm following the bullet journal key, so there are a lot of tasks that are migrated to the next day. One thing I also do is the left-hand side still holds true. I've done this with the Hobonichi weeks as well, where I write my schedule. So usually the blue one is something that's non-movable. Like, I have to go to the gym, I have a meeting, I have a social. Those are the ones that are in blue. And then anything in red is like, do this, you know, or like some kind of update I might need to revisit in the future. And delivery. So everything else is in black, but if I have posts that I'm doing on social media, like a YouTube video or a reel, it'll be in blue here. Those, I picked them out from my Notion page where I do all my content planning. So the great thing about this being undated is I was gone for 3 weeks and I was in the US. So the next page was my arrival back, and usually I don't pull it that much tasks because I'm tired. But yeah, that's pretty much how I've been doing it, and I think I enjoy it a lot. This one is my Leuchtturm 1917 notebook. I've been using this for a year now because I remember starting in October last year. Yes, see, October 2024. I'm towards the end though, so how many pages is this in total? 251. Right now I am around here. I was doing my Q4 planning. I'm not done actually. I just wrote the template and then I haven't continued. But I have a couple of pages left for this month, and then I'll probably close it up and start a new Leuchtturm. And then at the back, I tried using it as for notes in class. So I was taking up a course that I actually have not finished. It's a video creator course, but I think this notebook has been really interesting in terms of I don't know what exactly I was using it for, but there's a lot of space. So there's a lot of space to plan my goals. There's a lot of space to debrief on ideas, and like if I need to write something out, for example, if I'm working on a partnership with a brand, I usually need a space to like write everything down and then digitize it, you know? So this one worked a lot in that favor. I also use this very diligently to plan my Skillshare class. Yeah, this is a peek of what I was doing for my first Skillshare class. I want to talk a bit about goal setting as well. I have a goals template that I was following, and it was great because everything that I wrote there actually came true. So that's what I've been using to plan my Q4, although I need to be better at doing it because I wasn't able to do it every quarter. Okay, this was my goal setting and reflection and thoughts, and this was what me and Keisha worked on one Sunday afternoon at a coffee shop. That was such a vibe. I remember being so nervous and scared to like put these goals out loud, and a few months later it's crazy because I was able to fulfill all my goals and also just look back and be proud of the progress that I've made. Last but not least, for planning, I wouldn't say this is a planner. It is something I reach for every time I am drawing or coming up with ideas. This is the Blackwing notebook. This was gifted to me by Blackwing. I work closely with them and they sent me, I've been using their pencils for a while now, but they sent me this notebook I think a few years ago, and I remember wanting to really use this specifically for drawing. This is also where I put in my carousel post ideas if I need to doodle anything, mail tier, yeah, sticker ideas, layouts, any art related thing. I think this is the most comprehensive one. I mean, I did for my sticker book where I was kind of thinking about the sticker sheets, like how the design would look like. And one thing about me is I need to see everything laid out like this before I get to the designing phase, like when I'm on Photoshop. I don't know, I think my brain just works well with this analog to digital pipeline. Yeah, a lot of these ideas actually didn't make it to final, so that's like a good excuse for me to revisit these and get more ideas and use it for future sticker designs. This one is for an upcoming kit with Everyday Explorers Co. I'll share more about that soon, but this is the theme. We're doing cozy. I think that's pretty much it. Right now I'm working on an advent calendar, so this is like a little peek at what the design is. I would definitely carry this over, and this is more of an undated setup. It's just more like a drawing book, kind of sketchbook, ideas book, I guess. What's funny to me is I could technically combine this and this, but I think my brain doesn't like it. So I don't know how else am I going to move forward with that thought, because maybe when I'm in the designing phase, I'm not using that much of the left side of my brain, so then I'm always reaching for this particular notebook. Also, I think the medium has to be a good indicator because I only use pencil. Like I only use Blackwing for this, and then here I'm just using my gel pen, ball pen, and all that. So yeah, those are my planning essentials at the moment. The topic of journaling. Let's start with my Hobonichi Techo. We all know and love this. This is my favorite journaling system. I can't believe this is my second year filling it up, and so far no complaints. Going on my third year next year. Right now, I think the chunk is pretty much about the same level as my 2023 one. So I think we are good in that department. Right now I have the Superior Labor cover. I don't think I'm gonna be using this anytime soon again. I like having extra covers just in case, but as you can see, it's aging pretty well. The only downside is I'm pretty clumsy. So I did get some ball pen marks, but I feel like it does add to the charm of leather goods in general aging and making it feel more like you know? I think we've been doing great in terms of updating. Still sucky at this part. I should go ahead and do some ink swatching here. Maybe I'll do that later because the boxes are the perfect size for that. So I brought this to my US trip, and I think that was a very, very good solution because I was up to date with all of my journal entries during that period, and I was journaling during the road trip as well. So here are some things I did during the road trip. I also tried painting during the road trip. I don't recommend painting every time because it just makes the paper wrinkly, but I wanted to experiment on painting, so I did that one. When I got back and stayed with Joe, we also went to Trader Joe's, so you know, very cute stickers for fall. And then I also kept a lot of ephemera, and I still have been doing the same things that I've been used to doing, you know, keeping packaging, using a lot of the tapes. I want to talk a bit about this because it was so cute. So it was a sunny Saturday and it was the last weekend of summer, and I met so many people that day. Like, we had a farewell party for a friend who was moving out of Berlin. I met my other friend and we were kind of debriefing and we made dinner. And then I saw this washi tape that Michelle gave me, and it's like a lot of people kind of like celebrating and like being out and about. So I was like, it's the perfect it's the perfect washi tape for it. Apart from that, this is the recent fall ones. I have been starting to take out my fall related stationery. These are from Dana 8 Oatmeal. Super love the fall illustration she has. This is my October page. I haven't really written out a quote yet, but I've been kind of starting to tap into my autumnal phase. It's funny because for the big part of end of September, I was like very in denial about autumn, and now that it's like October, I'm like in my peak. Like I think after doing the housewarming and the home cafe, it was very autumnal vibes. I got so into like, okay, we're gonna make this cozy, we're gonna get to it, it's gonna be autumnal. So yeah, I've been powering through the pages. I try to update as frequently as possible. If you haven't yet, I do have a Skillshare class on everyday journaling, and I'd love for you to take it for free, so you can have a check at the link in my description to access the class for free and to access Skillshare for free for a short period of time. I think also I've just been enjoying mixing photos and found ephemera. Oh, this is my favorite. Like, my friends came over and they brought me flowers. So anyway, they went to this shop called Bloom 2000 and their packaging was so cute, so I cut up a portion of it and now it's there. Apart from my daily journal, we do have this kind of catch-all journal insert that's like an overflow of this. And I'm already on my second book because I got back from SF, and if you haven't yet, I also have a video on my everyday journaling system. So this is actually a mix of California spreads like this. These are so good, oh my god. And then I also printed some photos from California in general. And then I have not yet filled up a lot of these pages, but a lot of found ephemera has been kind of living here. I actually also asked my friends to write a little message from my housewarming, and then one of my friend's kids drew this. So cute! It's from Ellie. So cute. I'm gonna take that in. So yeah, this is like a catch-all. As I mentioned, it's not as detailed and dated as this one. So it is like an extras journal, but also because I document autumn religiously every year, I think this will just be an overflow and I'll add autumnal stuff here. I want to show you an autumn journal that I did in 2022 when I first moved here. So I used to live in the Philippines and we don't have 4 seasons there. And I love autumn so much that I made a journal insert. I don't know how I filled this up, but I really filled it up. So I don't know if I want to do it this comprehensive, but it was a lovely way to pay attention and to celebrate the little things that really make me enjoy this season, like the cold, the mail I've been receiving, and yeah, I even had like tea that I collected and also leaves that I kept. I love looking back at this. I think this is one of my favorite journal inserts because I really locked in on designing and really enjoyed the process of putting these pages together. This was an exhibition in Potsdam. Although this is not autumnal, it had that winter energy as well. And Oh yeah, it's a half trip refill. That's why I finished it. So I love this quote as well that I saw online. And yeah, it's just a lovely way to document the season. This one has been my Europe, UK travel journal. So I have a video on my London trip and the travel journaling that I did during my springtime. Was that spring? Yeah, it's almost summer. Springtime in London. I did a lot of spreads because I also did a travel journaling workshop around that time. And then I had some pages for Dusseldorf here when I visited Dusseldorf for the first time, and I got to visit the Schminke factory here in Erkrath. And then, yeah, I have some pages from Salzburg. So when my family visited me in Berlin, we took a trip to Salzburg in Austria. Yeah, this was my favorite page. So this is the Mozart like flyer, and then when you open it, it's Mozart with a little cheeky kissy face. Lol. These are short trips, so I didn't really have, see, I only had like 2 spreads for the 3-day trip. So the rest of this will be dedicated to maybe another documentation of London and Liverpool because I'm going, but I'm also going to another area in Europe for December, but I'm debating if I need a separate travel journal for that because I think it's a 10-day trip with family, so I don't think this is enough for that. So maybe I will get another insert when I'm there. We'll see, or I'll just use like a half trip refill. We'll see. But yeah, I have a Jollibee sticker there. So yeah, I've been using Traveler's Notebook still for travel journaling, no question. I think we've covered my journals and planners already, and if it isn't any obvious for the journals, they're definitely going to be the same system that I'm using for next year. I think the main issue is I don't really have a media journal, but recently my media consumption has been kind of bad. Like, it has been non-existent, and I really want to focus more on reading. So once I get to that point, I will find a solution to deal with how I can track my reading, because right now it's just on my notes app and I'm kind of okay with that. Yeah, but I wanted to show you this side project that I've been doing. So since I moved to this apartment, I've been thinking of a way to document my move, and I didn't want to make a specific journal insert for that. I feel like it's too tedious, so I decided to do it in the best way that I can and something still very Abbey coded. So this is the Traveler's Notebook. They have these books where you can put photo slots inside and card slots. So I have used it, and I just wanted to show you. I have used it to document setting up my apartment, so even the dates are there. And then shopping with family. They helped me pick out my couch. I love this couch. Oh my god, it's my favorite thing in this whole apartment. Initial friends who have visited and helped me out. Some small things. Like, it's really, for me, like, being in my own space and like having a lot of space just for me, this is like 3 times as big as my old apartment that I was sharing with 3 other people. Like, you really get to appreciate the small things that make this a home for me. Like, finally opening my vacuum cleaner because it took me a month to do that. And yeah, friends who came over, and then I think this was the first proper work from home day where there was barely any furniture, probably just my table, and I put up my monitor. I'm like, okay, going back to work. Right now it's still pretty empty. I haven't updated it in recent times, but during the housewarming I asked everyone to take photos with the Instax, so I'm definitely gonna add them all here. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this video. Mr. Manual Factory Bear. You know, maybe I should name him Berlin because I live in Berlin. Also, I think you should know that the Berlin mascot is a bear. Oh, I should put like a little pin here or something. I don't know. I feel like I haven't had time to customize him, but maybe like a cute, I don't know, something, you know? Like, I also want to make him a little bit cozy. But he says, thank you for watching this video. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are. I didn't do a face chatty video today because I just showered and I'm wearing my very comfy Shrek shirt and I'm just being comfy and not having to put on makeup. But I'd love to know your thoughts on planners, journals. What are you using this year, next year? I'm always down for ideas on how to improve my planners and journals, and also like open to your thoughts and feedback on some of the ways you use your own systems, or as the people say now, their journal ecosystems. I still think Techokaigi is a better term for it. Anyway, that being said, I hope to see you in the next video. A quick announcement is this October, my Patreon is on pause, so I will resume in November, and there will be autumnal themed mail by the time, so do keep your eyes out for that. I hope you have a lovely start to your autumn, or like, I guess we're in the middle of autumn-ish. The seasons go by so fast, but I hope you enjoy the rest of October. I'll see you in next videos, and yeah, take care everyone. Bye.